As you will see in this video, outer joins will not only return the inner results where there are matches between the two tables, but it will also return the outer results where no matches were found. If you want to follow along with the example given in this video, download outer bit3 zip from the URL in the description of the video. From inside the zip file, copy out the SQL script and then double-click the SQL file. This is going to use a database called Outer bit3. First, let's create the database by right-clicking the database folder, choosing New Database, and call the database Outer bit3 and click OK. Select the script and click Execute. So now you will see you have a database, and inside that database there are a couple of tables. Let's go ahead. I have two simple tables here. Click on the database, choose a new query, and I'm gonna show you what's inside the two tables. One that has companies and one that has products. And I want you to notice something. In my company table, I have a product ID, and in the product table, I have a product ID. So this will show you which company has which product associated with it. Now, something to notice about these two tables is that I have a product number 4, that doesn't have any companies. And I also have a company number 2, that doesn't yet have a product associated with it. A left outer join is going to show you all the rows from the left table plus the rows from the right table where there are matches with the left table. In this example, I'm going to use company as my left table. Now, how do I know which is the left and which is the right table? It's very simple. Find the word join and take a look at the statement using the join keyword. Whichever table falls on the left side of the word join is the left table. And whichever table follows on the right side of the word join is the right table. Let me execute this. And what you'll see is I have all the rows from the left table company. And I have only rows from the right table product where there were matches. So in this case, I have all my rows. There were no matches for products for company number 2. So it shows up as null. Now a right outer join is basically the mirror image of the left outer join. But in this case, instead of getting all the rows from the left table, you get all the rows from the right table plus the rows where there are matches between the two tables. Let me rewrite this, but using a right outer join. Remember that in SQL, you can highlight one statement and execute just that statement. Now that I've turned that into a right outer join, recall again that right refers to what table is on the right side of the keyword join, which is in this case product. So in this result set, I get all my products returned. And I also get all rows where the product matched with companies. But I also get nulls where there were no match with the company. If I take the table company from the left side and move it over to the right, and take product and move it over to the left, and then run these two queries together, then these two queries return the same data. I've got all four of my products, and I've only got the companies where there are matches. So it doesn't really matter which side of the join statement you put the table. What matters is whether you know whether you need a left or right join based on where you place these tables. That's the way that outer joins work. Now I'm going to switch back my queries because I want to show you another very useful function for outer joins. Let me run these two queries together. So again you can see that my left join with company as the left table, meaning company result all rows, has all my companies but not all my products. And my query where I do a right join return all the right rows. In other words, all the products rows but not all the company rows. And by adding a where clause, you can now identify some very interesting things about your dataset. For instance, here I know that all my companies are going to be returned, but I'd like to know which of my companies don't have the product ID associated with them. So all I have to do is add a where clause and say where my product ID is null. Now I'm returned the single row that has no product associated with it. I can also see which products don't have companies. So while inner join show me when a condition exists, using this simple trick, and outer join will show me when conditions don't exist. When customers don't have orders, when companies don't have products. Something else that you should know is that outer joins are the only types of joins that can be either left or right, so that outer keyword is completely optional. I can take it out of both of these queries. I'm still going to get the same results, so that can save you some time when typing. Now let's take a look at one of last type about our join called the full outer join. The full outer join is essentially a combination of a left and a right outer join. So it's going to show you every row in the left table, every row that matches with the right table, as well as every row in the right table, whether or not there are matches between the two tables. So let's take one of these queries and turn it into a full outer join. Now you can see I have 5 rows returned. I've got the row returned where there was a company but there was no product. I also have the row returned where there was no company and there was a product. So the full outer join is like combining both the right and the left outer join.